been a big week for the theme park industry all across the globe, because in Europe, Efteling have just announced a huge new €50 million roller coaster, and as much as it's still quite a few years away, it looks insane. In the UK, a new for 2027 roller coaster has gone vertical, and in the USA, Disney are busy shooting fireworks at people in the audience of one of their nighttime spectaculars. It's been a busy week because all that and even more has happened this past week in theme parks. Yes, welcome back to the hit news series that is posted every single Monday, subject to change, this past week in theme parks, where we do exactly what the series says we do. And this week there has been a lot, so be sure you watch till the end, and be sure to subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. I sell tyres now? Anyway, there is tons of news today, as I've just said for the 400th time, and I don't want to be here for years. Do you want to be here for years? No! So there's only one thing for it. Enter the quickfire news segment. Woohoo! Arriving swiftly in the USA. We're over at Six Flags Great Adventure, where they are building Project I in purple. They have had a special delivery stating it's here. I think they need to move it out of the ocean because it might flood and sink and ruin whatever's inside. Two roller coasters that literally lasted less than a year at another Six Flags park known as the Kid Flash Coasters now actually seems to be headed to CJ Barrymore's, where they've teased that a new 12-seater dueling kids coaster is coming soon. So it literally lines up perfectly. What else would it be? A dueling wacky worm? I don't think so somehow. Those coasters had some problems where they originally were, as has Fury 325. Not that that's moving to CJ Barrymore's, but that coaster seems to be having a few issues and has been shut for about a week now. And it doesn't seem close to reopening. There's no information out there on why this could be. Although the pigeon outside has just told me that they need a new part for that ride. He's flown in from Carowinds and just told me that, and he's going back now. Talking of birds, you've got the species of the pigeon and the species of the seagull. And why is this relevant, you may ask? Well, Cedar Point just announced not a new roller coaster themed to seagulls or, I don't know, a flat ride that drops you as if a seagull's diving down for some chips. No, they in fact announced one of the most exciting things ever, a seagull popcorn bucket. So go and grab one if you want one. Heading over to Texas for Six Flags Over Texas, where it appears Tormenta's Rampaging Run, the brand new B&M Giga Dive Coaster, has now officially opened, meaning we no longer have to report on that ride, hopefully. Unless the rattle continues to get worse. But I've actually heard some reviews and people are saying it is pretty smooth depending on where you sit. So have we finally gone past the B&M fall-off era? Because they used to make classics like Kumba over at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, that seems to be the center of some rumors circulating the theme park community that it might be getting removed soon. Which, with Busch Gardens history, wouldn't surprise me. There's also many rumours circulating around Disney, because D23, their huge conference where they showcase all their new rides and new plans, that is coming very soon, and one of those announcements could be a huge rebuild of the Space Mountain queue line and station area, alongside all those other announcements, and I'll keep you in check for what happens at D23, so subscribe if you haven't already to stay up to date on that. But that's not the only thing Disney were busy with this past week. Because during their nighttime spectacular at Disney's Hollywood Studios, partway through the show, a firework shot directly into the audience. And I don't think anyone was injured, luckily. But because it was the Phantasmic show and you've got Mickey doing all his hand movements like this, maybe he just did this and a firework shot out of his hand. Hopefully that should never happen again. On our way to Europe, we have our first stop, which is Canada, that we need to go up into. Am I just going to keep going up? Because Canada's Wonderland seems to be putting new trains on their Vekoma SLC and have reworked this support. What on earth is that? Doesn't look like a real theme park would ever do that. And then further away, on the complete opposite side to where Europe is, in Singapore, they apparently are planning a huge sort of resort and theme park complex, or in their words, it's an island playground, with, by looking at this concept art, loads of water features, you've got a nice roller coaster, some flat rides, a volcano, and one of those flat rides that you can see is an S&S Sky Swat. those things haven't been a thing since Slammer at Thorpe Park closed, and that only closed because they don't make that type of ride anymore, so why would they continue it? Why have they put that in the concept art? I mean, if S&S are planning on bringing back a Sky Swat, I'll be more than happy, but I never thought in 2026 I would see that on a brand new piece of concept art. That was quite funny. But we now continue our journey from Singapore, not to Europe, but to the UK. So technically we are in Europe because it's in the continent of Europe, but whatever. And a small list of parks have had a small list of things going on. Paultons Park's brand new water coaster opening next year, Serpent's Curse, and this ride does look really, really cool already on the skyline, not through the concept art or the pre-creations that some awesome people have made, but mainly because now it's actually gone fully vertical, and the whole lift hill and top of that lift hill is pretty much fully in, which they've still got like a year to build this, and they are already this far ahead. It just shows you how good Paultons are when it comes to building new projects. And with this track now being installed all the way up the lift, we'll expect to see the entire course of the layout installed, as well as a lot of the supports have already gone in, and yeah, they're pretty much ready for it to all be installed. And it already looks very, very tall, so I'm excited to see how it looks on that skyline when it's complete, and I'm excited to see all the theming that comes with it, because I know Paultons will be amazing at that. I'll keep you updated on that too, as I will Alton Towers' brand new event, Minecraft Meet the Mobs. Most exciting thing to happen in 2026, but we now actually have a first look at some of the mobs you might be able to meet, including a creeper, an iron golem, and a chicken jockey. And that will of course be running over the entire summer, so better get your pickaxes ready, because we meeting some mobs today, boys. But in Minecraft, you know, if you take your pickaxe and you go, it completely breaks whatever you're mining. Well, I wish that was the case if I did that to Rita, especially with an upcoming challenge that I might be doing, but it might be a bit more difficult to do that, depending on how long this goes on for. Yes, Rita is closed for essential maintenance, and to be honest, this seems to happen at this time of year every year, and it will not affect anything I have planned. Glitching back in then, wow, what the hell was that? So weird. Having arrived in the continent of the EU. Are you ready for how much news is going on here? First up in Germany at Karlsruhe-Dorf. I butchered that. The brand new Vekoma Junior Boomerang coaster that is themed to a strawberry, and the train looks so cool, but the station, oh my god. It's a Minecraft strawberry. I ain't eating no cube strawberries, but yeah, that is now open and ready for guests to go and ride. Coneyland in Switzerland, however, has wowed the nation with the fact they have already started building and have put up multiple elements of their brand new Mac Big Dipper known as Maasai. And all this stuff looks really, really cool until you look into one of the inversions and realize it is literally some sort of wave turn stalled downwards corkscrew. What are Mac cooking nowadays? That looks absolutely ridiculous, and I can't wait to try that out at some point when it opens. As I can't wait to try out the new Gerstlauer coaster that's just opened in Poland, known as Valtor, that has just opened in Mandoria, which I can't lie, I have never heard of that park in my life. The ride looks really fun, really well themed, and it basically just looks like Tiki Waka at Wallaby Belgium, just with a slightly different theme. And that's okay, because that ride is amazing, as that one looks to be amazing too. A lot of people think the same about a roller coaster in Germany at Europa Park, which I don't think it's amazing, but I know if I were to say that and go fully in depth into my opinion, I think I would be murdered by all the Europa Park fans. Euromir, the spinning roller coaster that is closing at the end of this year. A planning document has come out for the 2.0 version, where it shows when it's demolished, 5 new towers will be put up, more spread out than before, and there'll be like this central square in the middle. Square, nice, I just did a circle. Apparently there's a second attraction in one of the towers, and potentially it's going to have an elevator lift on the ride. Well, if it doesn't come back, then I will severely miss going up and spinning around that lift hill, just listening to the big green track made by Mac. Talking of planning documents with the local council, also in Germany, Phantasialand seem to be making progress on their brand new expansion, which if you know the park and the areas that are within it, then it's a massive area next to Woostown where Winger's Fear and Force are. And after battling this for so long, it's actually really nice to see they've actually made progress with this expansion. Hopefully this opens up big opportunity and big investment, as has just been revealed over at Efteling in the Netherlands, which is mental they've revealed that because they're already working on so many different things, such as something a bit smaller, the fact that Baron 1898, their dive coaster, has reopened with a brand new queuing system that is more efficient and better. Almost said butter then. So really nice to see them improving with that. And not only that, but they've also been hard at work on their brand new flat ride known as the Raven Ring, and that is coming along very, very nicely too. And I can do the right hand signal for that one. A Raven Ring, a circle. That's a bloody triangle. But what no one saw coming was a brand new announcement, which we actually sort of predicted last week, which is why you should subscribe and follow along with this series, because we do tend to get predictions and stuff correct. But we spoke about Efteling's interest in a brand new Vekoma style roller coaster, and now they have gone and announced a brand new project coming in 2029, a new mission on a launched roller coaster that will go 80 kilometers an hour and last 123 seconds, have many moments of weightlessness and loads of incredible theming, known as Mission Luminar. And they even showed us the logo and concept art, and as you can see, it's right by the entrance of the park, which is a very interesting call because of course they're going to put something there eventually anyway. But if you've been to Efteling, you'll know that literally as you walk in, you've got the theatre and then everything is off to the left. At Efteling, right is not right. Right is wrong because everything's left. And we've seen before with these coasters that are at the entrance of these parks how busy they can get, which means throughput is a very big thing here, because if for some reason they decided to build a ride that is on one train or something, then that would be terrible. But as said, it's a new concept, the Vekoma Glider Coaster, where I'm not doing it again because I did it last week, but you will be flying, sort of. Not like this, no. This is really hurting, but sort of in that motorbike position. I guess you could say you're gliding, but you'll still be sat below the track and it will feel like you are just gliding along on this mission, and it will have that launch that will take you on a thrilling adventure full of speed, surprising elements and multiple moments of weightlessness. And they're definitely going all out with this one because Mission Luminar, priced at 50 million euros, is the most expensive attraction they have ever built at that park. And you can see where that cost is coming from because the theming on that one building that we can see, bear in mind the majority of this is probably going to be indoors, it's going to be absolutely incredible. I mean, it even looks like the supports are going to be themed, which if that's the case, oh my god, never sounded so sad in my life. It appears that work will start just after this summer. It won't start right away. You won't see the coaster going up. You'll see surveying and everything like that start before it opens in 2029, which feels like quite a few years away. I mean, that's 3 years from now, which is only 2 years off of when Universal UK opens. But honestly, with the theme of this, the old like sort of sci-fi, I don't know, it feels a bit like Space Mountain, you know, the Terra Luna, whatever the hell it was called, at Disneyland Paris. That sort of space theme where it's a bit steampunky. I love that so much. And the fact it's a brand new concept of a ride and you're going to be gliding along and there's going to be like airtime hills and some really nice curves, everything like that. And last as long as it will, because 2 minutes is quite a long duration. I can't wait. Although I don't know if I can't wait for the queue that's probably going to have on its opening day, because that will be absolutely ridiculous. What do you guys think to this news, and what do you think to all the news today? Leave your favorite news story down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future videos and future episodes of this series. And if you're curious about that brand new water coaster coming to the UK at Paultons Park, go and check out a recreation I made of that right here. Includes POV of exactly what it will look like. Yep. Go and watch it.